Recording in progress.
What it do, what it do, what it do. It is your boy, Andrew. So, aka Big Spaghetti Pieces, and him and my guest as always, Joseph Huggins, aka Old Man Huggie. Talk shit or get off the pod. Episode 153. What the fuck is a pager? And where'd my balls go? Welcome.
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Better. I'm doing good. It's been a weird couple of weeks, but you know, the grouch. I mean, shout out Living Legends if you don't listen to the Living Legends.
I was actually just bumping the Osaka Tales because me and the Iron Ape, we got a new water piece over at the splash pad, a bong.
Okay.
Yeah. And I just kept on saying, "Smoke the bong like the EIs do," and that's like this song Osaka Tales they have with the Japanese rapper. He's like Dan Dada Kura, Dan Dada Jada. Like,
yeah. But yeah, shout out for sure. That was like, oh my god, that's probably like all we listened to for a while. But the Grouch is my favorite member of the Living Legends.
mm-hmm.
And yeah, he has this line where he just says, good things have side effects, bad things have benefits. And I've always tried to like look at that. And the follow-up line is, I want to live till the end of this universe. So that's a little dramatic. But doing good, man.
I mean, it depends when the universe is over, you know. What if it's gonna end soon, and I might as well make it to that, you know.
See, but like, yeah, I guess. But if it's gonna end soon in the scale of the universe, that's like a fraction of a second. So like we're already dead.
No.
And if you look at it at the scale, yeah, I mean, there'd be no point. That'd be like trying to run away from a bullet. That's like.
Oh no, I understand that, but I'm saying like, what if it does? What if it doesn't happen for 50 years?
Well, I know in the scale of the universe, that'd be like a millisecond.
Oh, in a scale, yeah, but I'm not talking. It's scale of my life.
But the universe is
but my
blowing up.
life. But then I can't come back reincarnated as a monkey and go chimp crazy on everybody, dude.
We're chimp crazy, dude. All right, before we get into anything, shout out chimp crazy.
Oh, shout it out.
It makes
You're so chimp crazy.
It makes me. Anybody who owns a monkey is like hella sus. Like not that they weren't before.
Chimps are apes.
They're not apes. Oh, okay. She had more than just a chimp.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
That bitch had like lemurs.
Nice fact check.
She had a lemur. She had 2 lemurs and
spider monkey.
And that made me sad. And lemurs are tight. Like lemurs are one of my favorite things to see at the zoo because they hop around and they're super goofy and like get up in your face and shit. But yeah, I mean, and what's with naming all of these fucking chimps like the most white guy names you could ever come up with?
Tonka?
Travis. They're like, oh, well, Travis.
Oh, Travis,
or
yeah.
Buck. I'm like, what? Like, get the fuck out of here. Who's naming them?
Look like a buck.
They picked them up. Like, those ladies are also creepy. I love
she got
how
it. She also paid for it. She also paid for him with a buck out in like West Africa or something.
But and what's really crazy though is how, like, when you watch that, you obviously realize there's some like attachment issues. Whenever she's like her son, she loves that thing more than me, and I'm her son. You're like, damn, no wonder this dude's all fucked up hitting this like mega vape box.
Oh, that was amazing because they showed that like a whole scene of her saying that like an episode before. And so, like, when she said, like, I remember her saying that, I'm like, God damn, like, her kids probably, like, hate her. And then, like, we had it on, and I was, like, doing something, like, in the middle, and then I'm like, wait, is that her son? And then and it's like, yeah. And then he's like, and then she said that she loves them more than me. And I was like, oh.
And he's like,
dude,
but I'm happy for her.
Yeah, it was, like, mommy issues, dude. He was getting, like,
what?
Dude, clouds, like out that vape box.
So the first time he busted out,
dude,
I said, "What the fuck? This is."
Dude, I knew I had a customer right then.
On God, dude,
I used to sell that shit.
You want that chimichurri vape gel? Like, ooh yeah, that sounds spicy as fuck,
Did
dog.
you also want that?
Yeah, yeah. Whoa, whoa. Hey,
You want that
man.
wall wall?
Do you want to hit my vape box? That's honestly what it's like. I think I learned how to do that voice by allegedly doing something similar to that and then coming back and having the
On the other
voice
side.
on the other side. And that's the only way you know what that
That's on
sound.
pod. That's on pod.
That's the only way you think that sound is funny.
You have to experience
You
it.
have to. You have to
Yeah.
go to the other world.
Right.
Come.
Otherwise you don't. Otherwise you don't get it.
You want to try time travel? Hell yeah, once.
Yeah. I'm about to gas you up to another galaxy, homie.
But they have like multiple parents that obviously have kids and are in these positions where they're psychologists or whatever, and there's like, oh, these ladies are just sad and wish they had a kid and they don't, and that now they're obsessed with monkeys. The way they describe them and the way the professionals, the mental health professionals, talk about them in Chimp Crazy, their posture, how pretentious. I get it, you're PETA. They're totally doing the right thing in this situation.
Dude, no, the PETA lawyer,
So
the PETA lawyer guy,
pretentious.
dude, that guy sucks.
So
He's,
pretentious.
I know, he's
I want to
so
punch
fucking
him
annoying.
in the mouth.
I know he's like trying to explain to us like like just shit about chimps as if he knows more than like the lady, and like not that she knows anything. I'm just saying like he doesn't know anything either. And so it's like, bro, stay in your fucking lane, you know? It's like now you're veering out. Now you look like a fucking idiot and you're annoying.
Yeah, so pompous.
Yeah.
And his posture's wild, so dismissive. And I get it. They own these dangerous chimps. All you need to do is play the story of Buck and play the story of Travis. And you're like, if somebody I know owns a chimp, I'm calling the police today. Today.
For sure.
Give a monkey.
But like, hey, off air though, do you know anybody?
No,
You know,
sure
between us,
Texas. I'm sure somebody out here's got 3 chimps.
They're chimp crazy. They're chimp crazy out there.
That's Dolly. That's Dolly Parton. That's Shania Twain. That's Reba. She's the one in charge.
This isn't financial advice, but I'm just saying I feel like chimp stock is gonna go up right now after this, and we might want to get in early on the chimp semen game. You know, like the horse semen game. We don't have to own chimps. We just produce them.
That's weirder. That's when you become in a documentary like Chimp Crazy. The person,
somebody's got to do it.
The person that she says, I know somewhere and somebody who can hide this chimp for me.
Yeah.
Bruh, if I had a chimp for a week, at some point, everybody would find out. Everybody that lives in where I live, apartment complex, the police would know in less than a month.
Yep.
There's no, and she's, I'm just going to, I'm not going to ruin
it. The cameras. She's like, she wins her court case. Spoiler alerts but she wins her court case about that they haven't proven that Tonka's not, or that Tonka is alive, and then she's like, we won, and immediately goes down and plays with Tonka with the cameras rolling.
With camera crews.
Unbelievable.
Why are we here? They start like they're cooperating. They have to.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They got a lawyer.
Rickety wood structure that's holding this. What she says is like a borderline senile, like grown ass chimp.
Yeah. It's a chimp that had a stroke, so it's like can't like function like it can't be outside anymore.
That's what she says.
And also masturbates when she walks in the room, but is shy about it. Hides that he's masturbating, secretly masturbates when she comes in the room because he's shy. It's weird. It's what she said.
It's like, no, he's gonna murder you.
And then like the one the ape that ripped the lady's face off Um,
I saw that when I was like a teenager,
yeah, yeah,
and it
yeah.
fucked me up. It was on Inside Edition or Hard Copy or some wild show. And after that moment, I don't fuck with chimps like that, bro. I just
No, for
can't. You
sure.
can't. I'm less afraid of a gorilla than I am a grown shrimp. And gorillas are bigger, stronger, and terrifying.
Yeah,
I'm more
I,
afraid of a chimp.
yeah. I mean, they're terrifying enough, you know. It's like when Barack said to Hillary, you know, you're likable enough. Chimps are terrifying enough. But so the chimp rips the lady's face off, starts eating it. She's the real CT, or that chip's the real CT from the challenge. I'm gonna smash his head and eat it. And he was serious, dude. He was bleeding out of his like face at the time.
Yeah, I
um, but then the
classic
cops
CT.
roll up. The cops roll up, and the cop and this chimp is like up on the like rolls up on the cops like cop car, and then rips the fucking front door off, and the cops are right there, and the cop says, we just look eye to eye, and I swear to God this happened. You know, but like I mean, I'm telling you this happened. But he like looked at me. We had this moment where he was like, please fucking shoot me. So I did. And then he didn't die. He shot him like 4 times in the face, doesn't die, and goes back into the house and goes like back to his like cage and then dies there.
Yeah, super sad.
Yeah.
Nobody should have.
Dark alert.
Yeah, nobody should have some grown chimp living behind some 2x4s and chicken wire.
That it's weird because like I'm just like making jokes about that lady the whole time I'm watching it, but it's like really like the darkest shit ever. Like I just described right there. It's insanity.
I mean, most people have probably heard or seen about that. Travis is probably the most famous chimp murder.
That was him.
Yeah, Travis was the one that did that. So
Okay.
when I was
Like
watching,
let's give we gotta shout him out. Like if we're gonna hit him on the pod,
it's
shout out
sad
Travis.
because I mean you have this grown chimp that's living in your house like a child, and it becomes like a teenager, and it has all these emotions and anger, and it can't talk. You're feeding it shit food. Like watching that, the lawyer is such a douche. You want her to keep Tonka, but then you see Tonka just like devour a box of Drake's cakes or fucking Hostess Twinkies, and you're, oh my god, this woman could not keep this chimp. She just gave it like a gallon of Powerade.
Are Drake's cakes for 18 and under?
Well, I mean, they're
That
just it's just
that was a shout out
it's
at
a
Drake,
hype.
like liking young women.
Oh, that was good.
Bra, bra,
And
bra.
does Kendrick Lamar? That's a prop bet. Does Kendrick Lamar do Not Like Us
Yeah,
at
I
the
know.
Super Bowl
It's a,
halftime show?
yeah. First thing that like happened was it slapped on the sports book.
Oh yeah.
Like yeah.
Or he might
Uh,
just walk out to the music.
I
Like,
heard I heard a very detailed analysis of this like unexpectedly like on a podcast like from some, and he was saying that like how you play like 19 songs, you know, like they just all like fade into one, so like he will definitely like fade into that song. But is it going to be like the most ruthless shit in there? That's another question. But will like that was like that the crowd's gonna like go crazy, you know what I'm saying? Drake's Canadian.
it's gonna be something where he's standing there, and then everyone's gonna be like, "They not like us. They not like us." It's gonna be
Dude,
something
but
like a little dance break.
if Drake comes out though,
If I tried to call you on your cell phone, you didn't pick up.
why is Lil Wayne catching a stray?
Just, I heard a theory. Well, it's because he's from New Orleans, but it was there before and he didn't perform. So get the fuck out of here. And if they were gonna use him as a walkout, like, oh hey, oh shit, 50 cents hanging upside down in this fucking trailer, rapping in the club. This is
Oh,
crazy.
that's what it is.
Well, now he's not. All the
No,
backlash.
no. I okay, so I didn't know that. So the Super Bowl's in New Orleans, and so they're like, "Oh, Lil Wayne got snubbed." Dude, Lil Wayne, I never have like I am the biggest Lil Wayne fan ever. I call him the best rapper alive besides me. Like, but I would never think that they would give him a Super Bowl spot. Like come out there, like wash my shoes. Like that's what, like I mean, that's the shit I want to hear. Like no ceilings. Like, mm, I mean, like that's not like a Super Bowl shit, you know?
Yeah, he's just like, I feel like dying. Everybody's like, oh shit, he just dropped the Drought 3, bro. Like, no
I
way.
know,
Like, he's
I know.
sampling
Like,
somebody else's shit and freestyling. But he has an issue remembering lyrics when he's in concert and on tour.
true.
There is some, unless you're like Rihanna and pregnant, and even then she was on like some platform. I don't need to see Lil Wayne probably on drugs on some platform 150 feet in the air. I
I've
never
seen him
thought I'd
live,
say
and it wasn't great.
I never thought I would say this. I'd rather see a pregnant woman on a platform at 150 feet dancing
Fuck yeah.
than Lil Wayne, because Lil Wayne's like probably gonna fall, bro.
Oh, for sure. Or sees out.
But if he wanted,
Shout out, shout out.
yeah,
But
but I mean, you know, just
I know
realistically,
he's the homie. But I just like I think Kendrick is like a different he's like in the culture, you know, like in a way that Wayne isn't. Like
it's like
Wayne's like older than us.
like Rick Ross owns a lot of cars, but he has a driver. Why? Because he does a lot of drugs and has seizures all the time. So I'm like, if he wants to go to the racetrack, if he wants to go to the speed zone,
And he does.
I'm not. I'll drive one of your other cars. I'm not riding with you. Like that's it's too risky for me.
Yeah.
Just like having him perform at dude, he'd be all fucked up. But if he was gonna come out and do like a guest spot, that's not happening because everybody's talking shit.
Even but he's Young Money, and that's Drake signed to Young Money. That's what I thought the connection was. So like he might not have come out anyways. You know, it's like if we're doing like this whole label shit, Diddy's in the news.
But if it was for New Orleans, he'd be like, "Yeah, it's for New Orleans," and he'd go out there and do it.
Yeah.
He wouldn't care. He'd be like, "Yeah," because he.
Do you think like Lil Wayne like invented Skibbity Toilet like a long time ago, and we just like
didn't figure
realize
it out? Like
Yeah.
him and BG were like
Yeah.
sitting in a room. It was right
He's
before
like,
BG
"Skibbity
went.
Toilet."
It's possible.
And then he invented Bling Bling.
Man, arguably one of my favorite verses, the Manny
I know,
Fresh.
but think
verse.
about how many people say bling now.
Lex Bubba, candy coated helicopter with the leather cover. Man, that's a
Birdman
bars.
Birdman said that was like one of his biggest mistakes is not like trademarking bling.
Probably.
Like, yeah, because it's like now it's like universally like the president knows what bling means. You know,
Bling
like,
bling.
Yeah, like just bling, just yeah, and that word did not exist until Lil Wayne said it on a fucking track. That's crazy.
Yeah, as a hook.
Yeah, what the hook gonna be?
Uh-oh. But how are you? That was a
Okay.
wild jump. That went from me being like, "Hey, my mental health is better," to "Hey, let's talk about these crazy white ladies who love to collect dangerous chimps and keep them locked up in their basements." And where do all of these people get this fucking money from to build these ape compounds?
I know, like that's the fucked up part. Like I'm out here
makes
struggling.
no
I'm out here struggling
sense.
for rent and shit. And this bitch has just got chimp. She's just chimp crazy.
I think in the beginning for her, she's like, "Oh, I married some old dude and he gave me a chimp and he would buy me all these monkeys because I was like fucking all the dudes in town, but my geezer ass dude at home kept buying me fucking ocelots and kombuchas and all sorts of wild shit."
What the fuck is an ocelot?
It's an endangered cat.
What's a kombucha?
I believe that's a
thought-
monkey.
I thought it was a drink.
No, that's kombucha. Bam.
I remember the hard kombucha that the Jamaican blogger was drinking when she left me for the 60-year-old British dude.
Oh yeah, that's still a great clip. That clip's got a lot of views too. That short, I turned it into a short, and it's got quite a few. That's been viewed a couple times. You being like, "Yeah, bro, like I totally some 60-year-old dude swooped this," but he was probably driving a Tesla Plaid.
You didn't know that? We were inside the bar.
I know, but I'm saying he probably. Then she goes out. He's got a Tesla Plaid. She's like, "I made the right decision."
No, man, I was able to walk there, and so was she. Like that's how close we lived. But you know,
Yeah, she was trying to drive out of the hood though.
No, it wasn't the hood. I was 5th Street and Santa Monica Boulevard.
I just meant the neighborhood. That's just a term for the neighborhood.
It's like I was like next door to the.
Trust me, I
promenade.
know you weren't living in the hood. Trust me.
No,
Yeah, I'm fully aware.
I was paying for $80 a month for just a dog park with Wi-Fi, a DJ, and a full bar. And a fake water fountain that sprayed mist. I mean, not water fountain, fire hydrant.
Tight. All right. Want to get into therapy questions?
Let's do it.
Everybody tired of listening to us ramble about shit? Um, all right, therapy question number one. What do you think was the dumbest piece of technology from the 90s? Because there was some stupid shit and there was some cool shit.
I'd have to say biggest flop, no pun intended, Laserdisc.
That's fair.
I was
That's
trying to think about it.
If you look it up, one of the number one rated things is the floppy disk. Because it's died out, just got replaced by the CD.
Oh, you thought I was gonna say that?
Yeah, I did. I was like, damn. I was like, damn. You went straight to meta with that.
I mean, I was actually thinking that as I said that, because I said flop, but no, like that shit worked, and like it
it
was what
served
it
its
was.
purpose. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
right. That's
I
why I
mean,
was shocked. I was like, what?
yeah, I was like, no, dude, like it wasn't like the a flop. Like that's probably just people saying like, oh, it's floppy flop tight. It's like that's like that much work they've done. Um, one time when I was a kid, Dark Alert. No, not Dark Alert. I found a bunch of floppy disks with like porn on it. Like that was my dad's like like photos. It's gross, dude.
Oh, that's old school.
Bad porn, dude.
That's old school as fuck, dude. Got this old school shit.
I had to rat him out eventually to my mom. I just couldn't take it.
You really? You ratted them out?
I think so.
Damn.
I didn't.
You narked on Dutch, dude. Not many people have lived to see the day after that. And the union.
Big facts.
Yeah, so them labor boys will show up at your door. You talking about Dutch? Huh? Come outside. No. Hey. Oh, hey, Cheryl. Good to see you. Yeah. Hey, how's the kid? How was the play? Oh, hey, all right. Come outside. Come the fuck outside right now. It'll be all neck down. Cheryl won't see a bruise. He's sleeping with the shirt on tonight, fuck boy. That's right. You're sleeping with the shirt on. Piece of shit talking about Dutch. You're lucky you're a Teamster.
When you said dumbest piece, I could say I could hit you with a gigapet.
Like so Gigapet and like Tamagotchi and that shit.
Those are cool. It also gave me a sense of taking care of like another being. What happens when you don't?
That's what schools used to ban, and now they got phones. Think about that. We had a little
crazy.
Digital bird that would die if I didn't feed it and clean up his shit.
I didn't know if I said this like before, but like up until like maybe a year ago, I thought phones were completely banned in schools. And like then when this whole like research is coming out, and like so maybe like 2 years ago or something, but like when we started like, and I'm like, wait a second, everybody's allowed to have their phone in school, and the parents are the ones who were like lobbying to like keep them there. And I'm like at my school, we couldn't have sideburns past our fucking earlobes.
They make you
We couldn't
shave at work, dry shave.
all the time. I like pulled out of class in the middle of like a lesson to go wait in line in the office to shave because other people were shaving. Like that's how serious it was. Like it's just totally fucking ass backwards. Like it's like ridiculous. But they did have like a map of like Afghanistan and Pakistan in there, so I got really like familiar with like those like two areas. I don't know why I was in there, but shout out. But like, so the fact that like they just like schools lost control and like everybody has their phone in the classroom. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
24/7, man.
I would be at Harvard with the like I was like stealing tests, paying somebody to like do the Spanish test and then selling the answers. Like we just take pictures of it.
Dude, one of the craziest stories, and I'm not going to name names, but there's two people that we went to school with. One of them I played football with. The other one, hella smart. Like, went to Ivy League school, works in government now. guy that I was also friends with, and they weren't like buddies. They were not buddies. They would argue all the time, talk shit all the time in class. Come to find out, so
They're
other
gay
no.
and in love.
He guy number one, grades aren't great, wants to get into school, so he goes and gets a fake ID made. He pays for this. He pays and takes this other person that we went to school with, gets an ID made, a fake ID made, then and puts that guy's picture on it, sends him in to take the SAT for him, gets like and like can't score too high, otherwise it'll be absurd. No one will believe it. So
So what? Do you only get
so
one
gets
shot?
like a 1380 or something, and he pays him $5 for every point he got over 1,000, something crazy like that. That after it happened, I witnessed the payment, bro, and was like, what the fuck? Genius. You couldn't do
Yeah,
that now, but
obviously.
that's genius. It's like, what? How did I not think of that? That's
You,
incredibly smart.
you know what I did? I got methamphetamine
Mm-hmm.
off of TPOS in the hallway before the SAT and snorted it in the bathroom and then took my SAT. Got a 1300.
There you go. I remember you telling that story on pod before. That's pretty crazy. For me, dumbest things, I'd say one of the dumbest is easy bake oven slash creepy crawler setup. Because in hindsight, it was just a hot box that had a heat lamp in it and a plastic shell that you would turn on and it would heat the fuck up. The easy bake was more practical than the creepy crawlers too, because creepy crawlers you just make little bugs. Remember, you could like pop them in on that little tray and pull them out.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
the
yeah.
easy bake you could like cook some shit, but that was hard enough to cook shit. So like people get burns. You could easily start a fire with an
Yeah, but
easy
no,
bake
but
oven.
I no, dude. I looked up to like the chicks in my life who had the easy bake oven, because like I had like 1,000 babysitters, and then
Maybe
like
that's why it was for girls, because I would have started a fire with that. That would
I
have
know, but I was like, yo, let's cook some shit, because the chef Andy was ready to go early.
fair enough. Fair enough. See, I saw other things where it said the talk boy. I was like, that was tight as fuck. It was hard to use, but it was cool. Where you could like record audio recordings, a little tape recorder from
Oh
home.
yeah, yeah,
That was
yeah.
that in concept. That was cool as shit. Now that's just a phone. But before, it would be
Dude, before I got a phone, like when once I got a phone that I could record audio, is when I started recording raps, and it wasn't until then I only wrote them.
okay. But Laserdisc is a good one. That's pretty. That
Yeah,
didn't last very long. Super expensive.
exactly.
Some people have like
That
Laserdisc
went to
projectors.
it went to zero, and I wanted to know how much money flooded in there. We should look into that. Like how many people lost their ass?
Or like washed money in it.
No,
Well,
that they think that
thought they were, and they
no,
just
they
looked.
just thought they were like, boom, dude, we got the new one.
Hey,
It's like
hey, Dutch is pissed. All right, this
it's
whole
like
laser disc you wanted him to put all that money into in '92. Guess what? It flopped, bud. It flopped. Come outside. Come the fuck outside right now.
no, man. My dad was investing in Microsoft and an Apple back then,
No, I know. I'm just.
uh, and Intel, and then got the fuck out when it like crashed. Anyways, uh, oh, like a Clockwork Orange, he's got like the record player or the records, but they're smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mini disc.
no, it's like it's because it's supposed to be like the future in a Clockwork Orange, but it was filmed in the 70s.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, yeah. So like their idea of the future. Oh no, no, was it a? It was like a tape. Wasn't it a tape? But it was a smaller tape.
Maybe.
Yeah, it was like, but it was something like that. And that's what the laser disc to me is like. It's the size of a record, but it's a laser disc. And it's like, okay, well, how about like a DVD or like a Blu-ray? Like it's like the size of a CD.
Yeah,
Like we've already moved on to.
yeah. I remember mini discs. Sticky had a mini disc player.
T Wood.
Yeah, he had some like crazy wraparound backwards headphones with it. I remember it.
Sell out.
Yeah, pretty much. Therapy question number 2. How do you feel about spelunking or just going into caves?
I feel poorly about it. Not well, bitch.
Yeah,
That's how I feel.
and I don't understand people's obsession with going. Like, I gotta go in. Like, there's the guy who died crawling into a hole and just died face down and couldn't go backwards and get out and just got stuck and was
Ugh.
stuck there for forever. And then they find him. They just find his fucking feet. And he could never get out. And he was an experienced spelunker. I'm like, that's crazy. That's insane.
That's a fucking
Like,
nightmare,
I
dude.
don't know if I could fit in this hole 1 mile, well, not even a mile, but like 300 feet into the earth. I better climb through it and see what's on the other side. Hey, yeah, no one's ever been here before. Get the fuck out of here. What is that? That's
What did you look up the like where this term like where's it how's it formed?
how the word spelunking was formed. I have no
Yeah.
idea.
So I had to Google that. I
Where
didn't Google like what like I just didn't know what the fuck you were talking about, dude. Thought you were getting inappropriate in the show notes. I was gonna have to call HR.
spelunking is a 2008. Oh, wait, what? That's a game. Spelunk. Hold on. What's the low?
Yeah, dude. I thought I was gonna have to clear my browser history.
Oh, because I type. Oh my god. It's the North American exploration of caves, especially as a hobby. The
Yeah,
dictionary,
no, I saw that, but I'm saying like, where does the word fucking come from?
Greek term spelunx, or Latin
Mm,
for spelunca,
which means what?
which you find that both have words mean cave. Although spelunker might sound neat, be careful. Some cave exploring enthusiasts prefer the term caver. I'm a caver, bro. You want to go cave? No, I don't.
Okay, I'd much. No, I don't either. I don't
Yeah.
either.
Okay. Who do you want me to call when we can't find you? Like, mark on a map where you're going, and don't say it's somewhere no
No,
one's ever
no.
been before.
Shout out my boy Cody Barbo, was in my fraternity, president of the fraternity, founder of Trust and Will. You might have seen it on commercials where you can set up a will online digitally. I'm gonna need all. I'm gonna need these cavers to just fill out this Trust and Will form right before you go out.
It's an untapped market.
Boom.
I
Now we're
represent.
just
I'm a family attorney for a large group of cavers. All right, you
yeah.
got me.
Or we'll start making bets with them. Like, I, I get all your shit if you don't come back, and if you come back, I'll give you whatever we decide is fair.
Yeah, it's and there's like movies where I think it's The Descent. That movie will fuck you up. They go down in a cave and there's like bat people, weird shit, weird people live in cave. Nah, bruh. Like I don't fuck with that. You know, if you choose to, if you're an extreme caver or extreme
Extreme splunker.
spelunker, I mean that's hardcore.
Yeah.
But you're going down and not up, so you might be doing the devil's work, dog. That's all I'm saying.
And I can only imagine how many skibidi toilets are down there in those cavers or in the caves.
Well, that's Skibbity World. There's
That's
like
skibidi world. Yeah.
there's a whole
All
universe,
the
man.
toilets.
In the
Yeah.
Skibbity universe, you could it's a it's a cave. I wonder
Yeah.
what Reddit is like
Say
for
what's up to
Skibbity
the
toilet. I
yeah.
bet you there's a
Say what's up to
Skibbity toilet.
that soccer team for me.
Damn.
No, they got out alive, right? All of them.
Therapy question number 3: Are tiny homes stupid?
I don't know.
It's like a
Yeah,
hippie trailer park. It's like a hippie trailer. It's cool, but I don't know how practical it is. I'd rather have a double wide.
I don't know why I didn't put this article in here, but I was just reading this article, and it was about this chick who like turned her like little, like, is like kind of made her own tiny home in Ojai. But it's like all functional and like glorious. Um, anyways, Tiny homes, the Iron Ape would say, it's sad that we need them. And I was like, I feel like people like choose tiny homes. It's not like is it like inexpensive?
They can be.
I guess more less than a house,
Well,
obviously.
yeah, definitely. But the mobility of it, and they're like, oh, it's on wheels. I gotta park it. Gotta do all this shit. Gotta hook it up to water. I
Oh, you
hope.
don't have your own land?
Well, some of them don't, or maybe they do, or you find some
You're like
little
a food
tiny home community, like a food truck sleepover.
tiny home community freaks me out. It's like,
That's some hippie shit. That's some Gen X hippie shit.
is it?
Yeah. Like let's all hang out and listen to
Or
like
is it or is it like
REM,
doomsdayers?
listen to REM and
What, dude, REM
smoke bowls in a circle.
REM shout out, dude. Like very underrated. Like they were like the biggest band in the fucking world for like 2 years.
I wouldn't say they're underrated. I think they get their due. Now I guess younger generations don't really listen to them, but for their time,
But like I don't think like even like people like our age like remember how
but some of their songs for
respected they
us,
were.
but for a lot of us, their songs are iconic because we heard them in movies. They were all over everything.
Right.
I mean, shit. That was the theme song for the Jim Carrey Andy Kaufman movie, and
Right.
like, right? I mean, we've heard those songs throughout our childhood, so
Man in the moon.
we still know who they are. It's the end of the world as we know it, and that's what I'm saying. They're just sitting there like hey man,
On the dirt weed, on the Reggie.
yeah, seriously. I went to Lollapalooza, dude. It was crazy, man. I was on so much acid, dude. I love my tiny home. No running water though. Thanks for letting me crash at your pad, Xander. Anytime, dude. Anytime.
Xander?
Yeah,
Xander?
Xander. Yeah,
Is that a Gen X name?
maybe. I think it's more of like a now name.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, I just say that because there was a kid Xander on Buffy the Vampire Slayer
Oh, shout
with
out.
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Hey,
Dated Willow,
SMG.
who was later in American Pie. And I was like, oh shit,
Hey.
Willow's in American Pie.
Willow. Fuck that.
So, stupid, yes or no? Or just easy to make fun of? Practical?
No, I think if it works for you, dude, I'm not here to hate, dude. I'm a enlightened spiritual being. You know what I'm saying? Like, go for it, dude.
On 5th and Santa Monica, I could walk there, bro. But everybody, like, what works for you works for you. Sure, dude. Sorry, I had to just tie that all back. No, I wouldn't say they're necessarily dumb, easy to make fun of, and it's just like interesting. It's an interesting niche, and we'll see how long it like
Yeah, like I
lasts.
don't want to hear like some like dumb facts, like all of a sudden like tiny homes produce more waste than
Yeah,
like a
they're more
normal home.
destructive, more destructive
Yeah,
shit.
it costs like more to like yeah, like when those stats start coming out, yeah, get them the fuck out of here,
Bro,
man.
why doesn't Elon Musk spend $1 billion just making a bunch of tiny homes and giving them to
Or
homeless people?
or or come to find out, like most tiny homes are just like play homes for the rich. It's like not like they're like main
Well,
like
we're gonna take the condo out to Maui. We're just
yeah,
gonna drive out there on my
exactly.
on our Cybertruck.
Yeah, so once I hear maybe those stories come out, like
No,
okay,
I bet you
I
there's
turn
someone
on
who
them
lives in a tiny home and drives a Cybertruck. That
for sure.
that type of douchebag
And
exists.
yeah, dude, I clean their pool.
Uh,
I don't know how they have a
it's
pool.
just an empty lot with a pool, and sometimes there's this weird boxy trailer there. They pay,
With a murdered out Cybertruck.
and every time they tip, they give me their own homemade trail mix. It's the weirdest shit ever,
Telling you,
dude.
bro, I
Too many
work in the land
cashews.
of Cybertrucks, just surrounded by them all day.
Yeah, I see them all the time now.
And if they're not Cybertrucks, it's just Teslas. It's crazy, like how many like all these people just like bought into that, like you know, Elon stands. But it is a fact that a lot of people are selling their Teslas because like there's like over like Elon Musk, they thought he was like a different person, so that is happening. But they're still. But when you sell them, somebody's buying them, so they're still on the fucking rip.
Yeah. All right, therapy question number 4. One celebrity you'd be afraid to fight.
Uh,
You can't say
uh,
Mike. You can't say Mike Tyson.
No, obviously Jean-Claude Van Damme, dude. Like, what are we talking
You'd
about?
be really okay. You're scared. You respect. I didn't know you respected the Van Damme like that, dude.
Bloodsport? Like, do I need any more evidence?
Hard to Kill,
Dude, everything, man.
Universal Soldier.
Double Team,
That's one of the greatest movies of all time. I thought
Hobbs.
that was one of my favorite movies when that came out. There's something about Mickey Rourke wandering around shirtless in boots with spurs and black jeans, no shirt, in a coliseum, supposedly the L.A. Coliseum, but there's no way it is, obviously, with a bunch of crosses in the ground and a fucking Bengal tiger. What? Like,
Let's go.
and
Let's fucking go.
Rodman picks up a Coke machine and blocks an explosion and saves everyone's life.
That's what's up. The worm.
The Oakleys that Justin Jefferson of the Vikings wears, those wraparounds, those are from Double Team, and those are the glasses that Rodman wore. Everyone was like, "Those look crazy." It was like, we're never buying those. Those even pre-inflation, those glasses were like $600, $700, or something insane.
Dude, glasses are expensive, man. Like I've like had like $400 Pradas before, you know. Like I got like as a gift, or that I bought like on a whim, and then promptly lost.
Jean-Claude Van Damme would definitely be very terrifying to fight. Him or Jet Li.
Yeah, or well, obviously, Jet Li. I mean,
So-
obviously, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Also, every woman celebrity, I'd be afraid to fight for
That's
the
fair.
lawsuits and shit.
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. That's cool. Okay, well, you know what? Stand-up guy right here. You heard it here first.
Thank you.
Ladies, celebrities, Mr. Goody's not
I'm afraid
gonna
to fight
gonna accept your fight challenge. He's gonna back down. He's gonna
you.
cower.
But I will beat your pussy up.
Jesus. And now you get booze. But no, Steven Seagal would not be scary to fight. I feel like he'd just try to like flip you and grab your wrist, and you'd be like, "What the fuck?"
I don't know, bro.
Aikido.
He's been living in Russia for a while.
Now I'm definitely not. Have you watched any of his new movies, or everything's fast forward? So he like goes in to fight someone, and it's obviously somebody else. He has that creepy ass weird ponytail. And he's like, that's like all he does. He just has a knife, and he's just like, and then
The audience just
and they just flip,
twirling
they,
his hands around like he's at a rave.
they just like like glow sticks. Like
Yeah.
I think he's really just been a raver this whole time.
Or a
He just-
caver.
Yeah. Oh, a raven caver.
Yeah.
That might be tight. You might get me to go
Dude,
into
to
it.
rave in a cave?
That would be
Just turn the stakes up like super hard. Like yo.
like
here's some
rattling.
drugs. Here's some drugs. Bunch of lights to fuck with
all these
your
stalactites just like jiggling, about to snap and fall. That's how Final Destination 8 starts. Is a rave in a cave. Somebody doesn't get impaled by a falling rock. They escape, and like 6 of them, and that's how it starts. For some reason, Devin Sawa's there again, and you're like, dude, like move, like get out of this town. How long?
Hey, shout out Idle Hands.
Yeah, shut up.
Devin Sawa.
Ah.
Oh, what the Sawa?
I probably like Shaq would be scary to fight, just because he'd be big, and if he got his hands on you, that'd be terrifying.
I asked the Iron
Or
Ape.
Kevin Garnett. Kevin
Okay,
Garnett
all
would be
right,
scary.
all right, back me up here. I asked the Iron Ape, and he said anybody over 6 feet. And I was like, what? And then he's like, yeah, because you can't reach him. I'm like, that's like an inch. Like he's got an inch, and I got the wingspan of like a 6'6" person. Okay, I got a 6'6", 6'7" wingspan. Check your boy's stats. Check them. But then he said that he fought some guy who was like 6'2", I think, maybe 6'3", something. And he was like a big guy, and he was just working the body because he was just holding his arms up. And after 10 rounds, he had to tap out because he was gassed. And the guy said that if he hit him in the stomach one more time, he was gonna like puke everywhere. But the Iron Ape tapped out. The Iron Ape Tyson. It's in his blood.
Yeah.
The 10 rounds is insane.
But like, yeah, but like Kevin Garnett would be scary because he'd just be so intense. But you know who might be the most terrifying person to fight? Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise would be absolutely. He'd be laughing the whole time. He'd be like
Mm.
happy as fuck. You'd realize that one of his teeth, his two front teeth, sit in the middle of his mouth, and he'd be like, "Whoa, bro, that's fucked up." And he'd have like he'd show up with like a Scientology cape, and he'd take it off. He'd be dressed like a fucking Avenger, dude. He'd
Yeah.
show up looking like an Avenger. He'd bust out all of these Mission Impossible moves on you.
Yeah,
He'd
because
have gadgets.
guess what? He's like actually trained
Yeah.
to do all that shit. So it's like he has that skill set.
That would be nuts. And then he'd be like, "I'm 72," and he'd be like,
And if
"Oh
there's
shit."
if there's anybody who's eating, allegedly, getting that adrenochrome, it's got to be Tom Cruise, right?
What's wild is if the algorithm's gonna ban us
I
right
know,
now,
I know,
that's
I
what
know.
sounded. That's like, wait a second,
I'm allowed to talk about it.
hold on. What did he just say?
About Tom Cruise.
Get in here. Get in here. Listen to this shit. They said it. Oh, they said it. The AC. They said AC. The AC. Oh, that's a strike. That's a strike.
Okay. I like to live on the edge. I'd be upset if we didn't have any strikes.
We still have a warning. Shout out screenplayers. Episode
Shout out to the podcast.
episode 3. No, we could do that. It would just need to be. We can't do it on YouTube.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, but Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise would be the most terrifying to fight because
that's a good one.
that would be.
What about Statham?
Yeah, but I feel like he would.
He washed.
I think he'd take it easy on you
Oh.
because he's got like it's always his character. He's like, I like that you tried. Like he'd be like cool. You could just like quote Lock, Stock, and he'd be like, you remember that movie? Like, because no one
Do you think you could fight or beat up James Gandolfini if he was alive, like Tony Soprano in his heyday?
Fuck no.
Okay,
He's
that's
like,
what I was.
that'd be like fighting a
I was gonna
smaller
say him.
version of Shaq. If he got his hands on you, he would
He's
just like
big, right?
Yeah,
Is he
he's a
tall?
big he's a big dude. He'd just like
Yeah, that's what I thought.
squeeze you out. He would just squeeze you out, dude.
That's somebody
Talking
like
to you the
Dutch
whole
would roll
time.
with.
Talking to you the whole fucking time. You piece
Yeah.
of shit. You thought you could do this. Why do you make me do this to you? Like he'd be just like,
Yeah.
I love
Okay.
you.
I just
love
need that
you.
confirmed.
Like that'd be terrible.
I love you, and I fucked your mother.
And I feel like his hands would just engulf like my whole neck. I feel like he's just got big old gorilla hands, dude.
Gorilla hands. He's shrimp crazy.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude.
R.I.P.
It's a silverback right there.
Shout out.
Do you need your potty break?
Sure.
Okay. We will be back in a couple of moments. Y'all just sit tight while Mr. Goody over here goes to the potty.
Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
And we are back with the segment of the show called Topic. First topic, first article from Reuters by Leila Bassam. Hezbollah vows to punish Israel after pager explosions across Lebanon. Hezbollah calls it biggest security breach in war with Israel. Hezbollah fighters are among those killed, the group says. Pagers used to try to avoid Israel tracking. No comment from Israel military government. Air France cancels flights to Beirut, Tel Aviv. On September 17th, militant group Hezbollah promised to retaliate against Israel after accusing it of detonating pagers across Lebanon on Tuesday, killing 9 people and wounding nearly 3,000 others, who included fighters and Iran's envoy to Beirut. All right, let's just talk about, because I got off the article. What happened was Hezbollah, which is a Iranian backed terrorist organization that is in Lebanon. They killed hundreds of U.S. Marines in Lebanon back when Reagan was president.
Mm-hmm.
And what did Reagan do? What did he do? He pulled out. He pulled all the troops out of Lebanon after that happened. Whatever you Republicans. But anyways, they are Hamas is Iranian backed, but Hezbollah is way more sophisticated than Hamas. They control what's going on in Lebanon, and they have 100,000 missiles that are precision missiles, really good ones that where Hamas just fires off rockets indiscriminately. So they've been ever since October 7th been fighting with Israel in the north, border of Israel,
Yeah.
in the South Lebanon. And so they early into when they started fighting up again, they've been in wars before, but Hezbollah thought that Israel hacked their cell phone network. So somebody, and this is crazy, dude. If you're the dude who sold the head of Hezbollah on the idea that we should all go from cell phones to pagers because that's safer. So they get these pagers from Taiwan, but somehow the Mossad in Israel, their intelligence agency, is able to put an explosive device next to every single battery in these pagers. And so then all these Hezbollah fighters are wearing these pagers, and all at one fucking time they go off and explode in 2,800 people's 2,800 different locations all at once, just blowing up dicks and hips. And it's crazy. And there's videos of these guys getting fruit in a market, and just
I
boom.
pulled it up. I scrolled it down a little bit because I didn't know if I could show that. But yeah, it just blows that dude to the side. It hurt people around him. There were a lot of dudes that lost.
One child was killed.
There's a lot of people that lost their balls, dude.
Yeah.
The videos of people in the hospital. It's just dude, all these guys just laid out, bleeding from somewhere on their waistline.
Yeah. Just castrating them, dude.
Yeah, they just fucked up all these guys, and yeah, they're doing all everyday thing. And somebody you wouldn't even think would be in Hezbollah, boom, blown up by a fucking pager.
It's kind of fucking scary, except for the part where they put the explosives in each one of them. That makes it less scary to me. If they were just able to flip a switch in your pager and make it explode,
yep,
that'd be fucking crazy. They just took out a whole battalion of fucking fighters all at once, and they weren't even hanging out
in different locations.
Yeah, fucking 2,800 different locations, boom, off the battlefield, all of them. Whether only 9 died, okay, okay, that's a lot of people anyways, but 2,800 people now, just hips exploded. Damn, dude, Israel, you crazy for that one. So it says
they probably intercepted them, knew that there was a shipment going to Lebanon of those pagers,
and the Taiwanese tip them off.
Somebody had to tip them off. They probably have.
But okay, but so and just the intelligence, like whoever's there brokering the pager deal gets ahead of it, and they get explosives on each one. And like just think about like the salesmanship of this, like where you're selling Hezbollah on those pagers being the ones that you guys want to get. Like think about like the money that like the cheapness like that probably came in like involved. Like I was thinking about this whole like just the intricacies of how you get like was it somebody in Israeli intelligence who sold them on the idea of pagers and not cell phones in the first place? And like boom, convinced them on the pagers. Boom, we got a guy with pagers. Set them all up. And then he's like, yeah, and he's like, I got these guys, and he's like, they're a better like deal than these other ones, and it's because nobody's buying them, so whatever, like they just had to get rid of them. It makes sense,
It's
you
older
know.
technology, so they won't be
Right?
able to track it. Da, 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 da,
Yeah,
da, da.
yeah. Like that whole sales process, like, and that's and then to 2,800 dudes done.
That's crazy. That's some scary CIA shit,
Well,
Mossad
that's
shit.
scary. I mean, that's like tight.
No, but that's also yeah. But I mean, it's like, what if there's an explosive in all of our cell phones?
Well, there's not
How do we know?
because
Ooh. Then
yeah,
my
it
feed
wasn't
cuts
like
out.
they sent a software, like malware to explode it. It was like there was physical fucking explosives in each one of them because they knew they were going to Hezbollah
No, yeah.
ahead of time. So like I think that's just like
Had
fucking
explosive
crazy
material in the
genius.
Taiwan
It's an
made
unprecedented attack for sure.
gold Apollo pagers before they were imported to Lebanon, citing American and other officials briefed on the operation. Material was implanted next to the battery with a switch that could be triggered and remotely detonated. Palestinian militant group Hamas, which is waging war in Israel and Gaza, said the pager blasts were an escalation that could only lead to Israel's failure and defeat. Yeah, that'd be demoralizing as fuck. Like, yeah, bro, we all just got taken out by our.
Yeah, they already took out the head of Hezbollah. It was like the second in command, I think, or like yeah. Um, and then like on the same day that they took out the head of like Hamas, the political head of Hamas, like in Tehran. So they decapitated you, and then just took out 20. And this is the 2,800 who were given the pagers,
Without
So,
comp.
so
Yeah.
so those are like the people like probably higher up.
Without commenting directly on the explosions in Lebanon, an Israeli military spokesman said the chief staff general or Major General Herza Haveli met with senior officers on Tuesday evening to assess the situation. No policy change was announced, but vigilance must continue to be maintained. See, this is why people can get confused with like, oh, we're just gonna carpet bomb all of these people. Do this. Like they have the Mossad is wild. They can do
Yeah.
some crazy shit, some
Yeah, like
crazy shit.
I remember back when I was in the Moore Park Stock Exchange, like maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and I had my coworker for booty, and he's Persian, he's from Iran, but he talks like that. He'd be like, "Rookie, did you see what the Mossad did?" And it was they had a motorcycle, like a drone motorcycle with a machine gun strapped on it, and they were remotely controlling it, and it like murdered like the head scientist for like nuclear scientists in Iran. He's like, "This is unbelievable, rookie." Like it's just like I remember being like a fucking drone motorcycle, and then now we're like, dude, we got fire breathing drones, like just like blasting Russians in Ukraine.
Yeah,
So
just like raining fire from.
yeah, so we're like, like how you like the Overton windows, what they call it,
Yeah.
shifts, where it's like you're like, it's like gay marriage was unthinkable, and then now it's like totally acceptable. Like how that like in society shifts. Like the Overton window when it comes to like drones and like AI, like in warfare, like totally shifts like quickly.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. To
Yeah.
blow them all up with something that was on the list for dumbest 90s technology was a pager. And that in 2024, dumb 90s technology old drug dealer technology.
It
Or,
wasn't dumb, dude. It worked.
oh, I know.
And
Took them
also,
out. The
you
idea
could also
wasn't
cheat on
dumb.
your wives, right?
Well, I mean, I always thought doctors are drug
69,
dealers.
69 was like a, it's like, let's go fuck.
It's like boobs, 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 boobies. You're like, oh yeah, we hit that one. That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. We hit that one
I got to
sometimes.
go. The pager's kind of tight though, like, cause you have to be very like, short, like with what you want to say, and it's like, if you can only say like, hey, like, do you like? I don't even know where you are, you know, like with the pager, it's like I'm just like, hey, you want to fuck?
That's like The Wire, bro. It's like we're gonna get these burner phones and we gotta get off these other where they're tapping our shit. It's the same thing. Hezbollah like watched The Wire and was like, "This is a good idea." You know what I'm saying? This is what
Nah,
Avon
man,
Barks.
yeah, nah.
That's what Avon Barksdale does.
I
We gotta
mean,
get on it.
Lebanon is a very like diverse and progressive Middle East. Like, it's like Christians, Muslims, Jews all live there peacefully. They're peaceful, but then like Hezbollah is always popping off with
Yeah,
Israel.
until that guy,
Bombs are going off in Beirut all the time.
until there's the fucking guy over by the mangoes explodes, his dick explodes in front of me and my family. I guess he's in Hezbollah. So if you were
You
curious who's in, you can figure that out pretty fucking quick.
like not like 5 years ago or something. I want to say like you can fact check me on the time, but like it wasn't that long ago. Iran just kidnapped the president of Lebanon. They just wouldn't let him leave uh, Iran when he came to visit for like months because he was like gonna do something that they were like not down with.
Look, now
And
you can stay. Let's talk about it.
yeah, exactly.
No, we'll
And
keep
he's
we'll
like,
keep talking about it until you
yeah,
change your
like
mind.
yeah, just flexing nuts over Lebanon. Like, what are you gonna do about it? Like, we have your president. We run Hezbollah.
That's crazy.
I know.
But hey, you know what? You can't stop us. We got these new pagers. So guess what? And you don't have the number to it. So
Dude, Iran is just getting embarrassed left and right around here, dude. Like, they're gonna they're like, they're a paper camel.
paper camel.
They call it like Russia's a paper bear.
Yeah.
China's a paper tiger. What's Iran? Paper camel? Like, what's the Iranian like animal?
I don't know. I don't know the official animal of Iran.
Well, like what? Oh, like what's one's like synonymous?
I have no idea.
I just called it.
Yeah, we would just say camel. That's what most people would go to. That would be the number one. Steve Harvey would point at the board and that would pop up. That'd be like, oh shit, number one.
He said it.
But there'd be
He said two humps.
show me humps. Oh damn! Back to the Johnson family.
He said humps.
Yeah, that's ingenious though. But you could do shit like that and not. Dude, there's so many other ways to like take people out. Like if we can give everybody in Hezbollah fucking pagers so they blow up at a Trader Joe's.
Dude, don't you gotta be scared now for the rest of your life? Like holding any technology if you even Hezbollah, like
Oh, I just meant in general. It was like,
can't even
already.
trust a pager, like
Yeah.
and you got the pagers because you couldn't trust the cell phones.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, well, they're gonna be like,
life is tough
they're gonna be
when you're fighting against Israel.
using cans with string,
Yeah.
and then it'll catch fire and be like, oh my god, it's sabotage too.
Yeah.
Terrible
And,
idea.
and yeah, whatever's going on in the West Bank and Gaza, like that is like horrific type shit. However, like Hezbollah is like a menace, and like this is like justified warfare. Like they're like they just lob bombs into northern Israel like every day.
Well,
like,
no, and I don't disagree, but what I am saying,
like hundreds of thousands
is that
of
such a
Israelis are refugees in their own country because they had to move out of northern Israel.
other people. I mean, obviously there was civilians that were hurt, but that's still done with more precision than what the fuck
Yeah,
they're doing
it's
over
like
there.
targeted.
So that's where
I mean,
it's like,
it's not the same precision as our missile that doesn't have any explosives, but just has like a blades like circulating,
Yeah.
chopping you up like
the samurai,
chop suey,
samurai missile.
tartar.
There's because obviously there's the famous one, where they killed what was it, Zahari? Is
Yeah.
that the one that got chopped up when he was go smoking cigarettes? But they've used that before. I implore.
Hookah, dude, it was hookah.
I implore you to look into some of like the pictures of when they've used that
I don't know if
before.
I would. I want to do
No, there's
that.
not. I'm not talking about like anything grotesque, but there's one where they got somebody in the front seat of a car, like just that person through the top of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
car while it was driving, like went through. Everybody else exited the
And
vehicle.
and they say Americans don't care.
Imagine sitting there
Nobody says that. Nobody
driving
says
in a
that.
vehicle and somebody just gets turned to mush.
Dude, if they're like on the terrorist watch list, like I mean, I expect it.
Crazy.
You ever see War Dogs?
Yeah.
Um, how Bradley Cooper is on the terror watch list.
Uh-oh, mic issues.
No, we're good. We're good.
And we're back.
Oh, I think it's we're good.
It's about to
My
blow up.
phone. No, my phone was in my
It's
phone
like, oh
was
shit.
getting charged through my laptop, and I was like holding it,
I
and
gotta
it
do
was
that too.
making beeping sounds, and I was like,
Oh, funny.
so my bad. Okay. Um, that's why you guys come to us because it's raw and uncut.
That is true. I do like that there's like no real major edits or anything. We just kind of
Yeah.
rolls with it.
Okay. Next article. Big news. Big news. Judge orders Sean Diddy Combs sent to jail while he awaits sex trafficking trial.
I watched the spot where they talked about this, where the prosecutor was discussing the charges.
Me too.
It's like,
I
yeah,
caught that day because my
it's like
today
30
was my day
minutes or
off.
something. It was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
pretty crazy. I don't think anyone's really surprised at
Well,
this
can we just
point.
say what happened?
Yeah, he was arrested in
Sean Diddy Combs was arrested in a hotel lobby in New York on some sex trafficking crimes.
mhm.
Okay. But yeah.
I mean, this has been a long time coming. So I think his house was raided on the 26th, and then another house was raided on the 28th, and they did those
Of what?
of Sean
Mm.
Puffy P Diddy's houses. Those were raided back in March, whenever the
Okay, but
feds
you
went
said
in
like the 26th and 28th. It's like
of
what?
March. Of March, two of his properties were raided. They seized a bunch of shit. Nobody really knew what it was. The indictment's been unsealed, so people can actually go read it now. But they raided two of his properties. His kids were at one. They were all detained outside. Searched, found some guns. Were looking for flash drives, anything, computers. They ransacked the house, took a bunch of shit, and left. It's kind of been in limbo since. There was that video that came out where it was him and then his ex Cassie that he was in a relationship with in a hotel where she's trying to escape. He's in a towel. It's really really bad video. It kind of changed the narrative. He's always denied this. She filed a civil suit against him, and he settled in less than 24 hours for like something 50 million. I think it's
Was
somewhere
that? I thought it was more.
with Cassie. I think it was at least 50. That's the number
Oh,
that
yeah, for sure, for
that's
sure.
the number that I heard, but settled
Okay.
for about 50. Oh, that video is playing. I cannot play that. Dang, dude, they just play everything on the news. But
It's the news.
yeah, I know it's just crazy. But that's I just remember like that something like that they'd blur it.
No.
No, when we were kids, they wouldn't be showing that.
Yeah, they would, dude. They would show ruthless shit on
Yeah, maybe
the
I just
news.
didn't pay attention.
Yeah, like the 70s. There's like no standards, bro.
Yeah, but I'm talking 90s, baby.
Okay, well,
But so he was charged by her in civil court. He settled in less than 24 hours. She signed an NDA. It disappeared. She never mentioned it. He paid the people that worked at this hotel. We talked about this when this happened on the podcast. So go back episodes, like 20 episodes. But he paid, I think, the hotel $50,000. Something cheap as shit. I was like, bro, that's Puffy. Like, you better give me more than that. I have a video of Puffy in a towel.
no, it's just like my rule. If somebody offers me
Yeah.
$50,000, I'm saying yeah, and then
Unless
like
unless it's
like,
Puffy
and
in a
I'm still
towel.
gonna go tell somebody.
unless it's brother love and he's walking around.
Yeah, you just handed me cash. It's cash is non fungible.
But I mean, in a federal quick case, that video surfacing didn't really help his case. But
Or
now,
no, it's fungible. It's fungible. Is what
but
I
now
mean.
he's accused him of witness tampering. Prosecutors accused Combs of witness tampering, saying at a hearing today that the rap mogul's employees tried to ensure his ex-girlfriend and hotel employees wouldn't say anything about a beating in a LA hotel 8 years ago. The video of the assault came out. It's from 2016 at the Intercontinental Hotel. He apologized for the incident as part of the lawsuit filed last year, and he said his behavior was inexcusable. They found bags of pink powder in his hotel room. Bags of pink powder were found in Sean Combs' hotel room after he flew to New York on advice of his lawyer 2 weeks ago to await arrest. The powder was not tested, but the prosecutor said it appeared to be narcotics, and the similar bags previously seized at his other properties tested positive for drugs, including ecstasy. So not just ecstasy, but
Ecstasy, ketamine, and GHB.
yeah. Authorities have interviewed more than 50 witnesses and collected dozens of cell phones, laptops, hard drives, and they are in possession of video that they say shows coerced sex acts that Combs is accused of orchestrating. So that means that's like them finding Jeffrey Epstein's tapes.
100%. Like he was using the footage and videos to like control the like Cassie and should be like, yo, I have this like tape of you like getting like, you know, like
Doing all
sexually
sorts.
assaulted like by like you know like five dudes, and you know it's like insanity type shit.
Or he's got, or on other, he has on a laundry list of people, because he was there. His Combs' lawyer says these are consenting adults. Sean Combs' defense lawyer argued that his client in no way should be mentioned in the same sentence as the nation's most notorious with people like that are sex criminals like R. Kelly or Keith Rainier or Jeffrey Epstein. This is different. These were consenting adults.
He's literally being held in the same jail as R. Kelly and Ghislaine Maxwell were held.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And like he tried to get out on $50 million bond, and it was denied. Put up his house in Miami, which was $48 million, and then his mom's house, which was $2 million. So okay, dang. I mean, it's a nice house for your mom, but damn, he's in $48 million. She's in a $2 million.
He's a billionaire. I did a whole fucking like presentation on it in college in a marketing class.
I know. I'm
Like,
just
why does he
saying.
got to put up his houses?
It's
But
just putting
money,
them up
where's
as
that Ciroc money go, dude?
putting it up as collateral. The defense attorney rejected the allegations that his client committed sex trafficking, but conceded the music mogul has been unfaithful for dark periods over a decade. This is evidence, not sex trafficking, but being caught being unfaithful. He was in a 10-year loving relationship through dark periods. He was denied bond, or he was denied bail. He has to stay in prison right now until he's released.
In jail.
Or in jail. He wanted to surrender, so that's like he was in New York going to surrender, and they haven't said exactly what it is, but something else occurred. There was more stuff that came to light. Maybe it was the pink bags of powder they found, and they found more drugs that he's still running around doing whatever. The government didn't want him to turn himself in. He came here to turn himself in. So they got in there and arrested him. They arrested a guy who came to New York to turn himself in. Some people said that he was going to turn himself in today. They arrested him yesterday. So there's a lot of speculation as to
Whatever the fuck, wasn't he like fled the country for a while? So like, who cares?
no. I mean, he at that point was not. I think he was actually at he was seen at the airport. That's whenever his little bag handler guy, the guy who used to play at Syracuse, go Orangemen, shout out Syracuse and Chip Aham. He got arrested getting on a plane with like a gun and drugs and coke and ecstasy. One of his little handler guys, but he was seen at the airport when that guy got arrested. He loaned out his private jet, so he wasn't the one on that jet. Everybody thought that, but they say that's what you do.
But like he was like sending out videos like up in like the Caribbean or something. Like,
yeah, but but the whole thing was that he was going somewhere
he was
where
with, like,
they had no extradition, and he wasn't on the jet. When his houses were being raided, he was not on his plane. He left after his houses were raided and he wasn't arrested.
Okay, that's fine, but he left.
Yeah, he went on vacation. You gotta
No,
relax,
okay.
brother love. But
I
that's
thought he went to go hang out with Sam Bankman
I was
out there
like,
in the Bahamas.
no, I didn't say Russell Simmons. I was like, yeah, he's somewhere out
Oh
there,
yeah,
like
yeah, Russell Simmons
in
too.
like
Well, for sure.
Bali or somewhere where they have no
Jesus
extradition.
Christ.
So they could have been worried about that. But they say that's what you do if you have a private jet. You own it. They loan it out to people all the time
Well, yeah, for sure.
to
Because
pay
you wanted to get
to make
it needs maintenance like no matter what.
yeah.
It's like if you have a yacht.
Showed little emotion, but yeah, there's charges of arson, racketeering, sex trafficking. Whenever they raided his house, they found 3 AR-15s that are the serial numbers scratched off of them, like meticulously scrubbed up,
Obliterated.
completely like wiped. He showed pictures of them.
That's the technical term.
That's crazy.
Serials obliterated.
I mean, he's donezo. There was also the prosecutor
Oh
said.
yeah, did you mention the drum, the drum clip that he had for his
Oh yeah,
AR?
they found.
It was like a Tommy gun like circle drum of bullets like clip that he could put on his fucking assault rifle, like a fucking like a Tony Montana type shit, dude.
Oh, I'm sure he said that when he bought it. This is like some
Oh.
Tony Montana shit. That's right.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Mhm.
16 years they said he's been running this criminal organization.
They're treating.
So,
I mean, he's
so
being charged with
Obama
RICO.
was about to get elected, and he's like, "Yeah, let me get in on this shit."
He's got a RICO charge, racketeering.
Yeah,
So
so
they're,
that means others are involved.
and that's the prosecutor said. If you know anything about this or you were involved in this at all, like I suggest you come forward now immediately.
Yeah,
Basically, he's
yeah,
like, because the investigation's not over.
yeah. He's like, "This is ongoing," and yeah, I noticed that too when he said, "And please come forward to us immediately."
Basically, he's like, this is your chance to tell us what
Yeah.
the fuck you know.
Yeah, he's like, we're in charge of this shit.
How many
like,
other famous people are going to go down because of this?
ooh, I don't know.
Or
I don't know.
what famous people are going to testify in court being like,
Cameron for sure.
well, I don't think Killer Cam had anything to do with it.
I'm just kidding.
But there's all sorts of people that there's been speculation that people being
my
involved
mom,
with them.
my mom literally said, "I wonder if anything's gonna come up with Bieber."
Well, that's what they say about Usher, is that because Usher was
Right.
taken from his parents, moved in and went to Puffy school, where he lived with Puffy in his house for like a while and like recorded music and stuff. And he's like, "Oh, I saw some crazy shit." Da, da, da. He's never really talked about it, but there's always been
And
speculation.
then
And
Usher
then same with
discovered
Bieber.
Bieber. Yeah.
No, there's a great two-part documentary. The first part's really good. The surviving Diddy, and how he came to be in the position that he was in, and he was like some
Breast milk.
some
You
Juilliard,
made my day.
some college kid who ended up getting an internship at one of the biggest record labels, and then by like 20 something he was in charge of the label. And he was put there in a position by somebody who before him was notorious for doing, be
Sex crimes.
surrounding himself with young dudes, and if you wanted to make it in the business, you'd have to be like doing favors for him. And
Oh,
then
really?
and so it's something where it's like Puffy doing it is like a product of something that he was put through when he was coming up, and that's
kind of happened.
and that's why he was given the job in the first place. So
Christ almighty.
allegedly.
And his mom was like a model, right? Like big time, like rich model, like or in the like he was like he grew up like in like the
No, he was going to a prestigious college. Yeah.
show business, like, but like yeah, like in that like fashion like world of like New York,
Yeah, definitely. So he didn't like grow up.
like on the streets like Biggie.
Yeah, exactly. But then you find like a Biggie, you find
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
But like now I'm thinking about when it's like him and like Diddy like in the hot tub, like in the like in the music video, and like it's just like dude.
Well, but now that might not be something he was doing at that time.
Well, that's what they said. This has been going on for about 16 years.
That's crazy. 16 years is crazy.
Yeah. But what like what is like the psychology of not being involved in anything like that to now this is something I am into and going to like facilitate and orchestrate, and it's like a whole fucking like it's weird. Like it's like what he did it once and it was like, oh, this is my shit.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably. I mean, you got that much money, just doing drugs and shit,
Yeah.
getting all fucked up, running around with just bags of ecstasy, just like pink bags of ecstasy and shit, and ketamine. That's crazy. And
And
GHB. Why are you
yeah,
running
dude.
around with that?
Yeah, the date rape drug for y'all.
That's a immediate red flag.
No shit.
Like, hey man, you want some GHB? Like, no. True story.
No, but you got that womp womp.
Professional wrestlers.
Put the galaxy
I think I've told you
gas
that.
in my ass.
Professional wrestlers used to take GHB because whenever you take it, allegedly, it's horrible, so don't. But whenever you're asleep, your body creates a higher level of like HGH, like human growth hormone, the hormones that make you grow. So back in the day, a lot of wrestlers used to like dose themselves with GHB, to sleep whenever they're coming off of being on these like 3 day benders, being all fucked up and coked out, and they thought that it would make them bigger and stronger because it would release the chemicals that are contained in HGH. So they would douse themselves with GHB. Like, can you imagine that shit? Like,
Well, dude, our boy, R.I.P. Moody, he like when we were in high school, he was like taking capfuls of GHB in my game room one night, and I'm like, what?
I think you told me about that off air, but yeah, I mean,
I was like, you do that, like, and then Ryan Rosillo, you know, from the Ringer, he said that like his fraternity bros like all the time were doing GHB like themselves, and he'd like come back from like work and they'd be like on the front lawn like trying to fight him, like he was like, and I was like, that is so fucking crazy.
yeah, I mean, he pleads he's not guilty. But yeah, there's all sorts of stories where he's allegedly
It's so
blew up
gross,
blew
dude.
up Kid Cudi's car in his driveway, like
Yeah,
blew
but
it
he
the fuck
deserved
up.
it. He deserved it.
Dude, you blew up somebody's car.
Then they hang Wale like over a balcony.
Mm-hmm.
His like
By
his
his leg.
bodyguards like,
Yep.
yeah, by his legs over a balcony.
Yeah, because I remember.
That's like some like dude, like you've been watching movies, bro.
And then he's
Like
out there like, yeah,
like the
love,
fucking
love.
movie
It's
on
all
that
about.
where like cars are blowing up and shit. Like it's it's gonna be epic, but like so dark, dude. Like think about going like self-made billionaire, like black guy who's just like, and he's like in the scene. It's like yacht parties at Diddy's white party and shit. Like people
Some
like
of these assaults allegedly happened like at his white party where he'd
no
fly
way.
people out because he'd have these freak offs as he call them. But yeah, they argue that he can't be set free because ahead of trial because he allegedly has a long history of tampering with witnesses. Shortly after the abuse lawsuit he filed against him in November, he made multiple calls to other victims of his sexual abuse and recorded certain calls while asking for the victim's support and for their support and friendship. He attempted to convince the victim that she had willingly engaged in the acts that were constituting as abuse. Even more concerning, since learning about the criminal investigation, including following the execution of the search warrant at his residence, Combs contacted other witnesses on multiple occasions, including other witnesses who had just received grand jury subpoenas.
Dude,
What one freak
like
off cost him 46 grand. Dude, this is like wild.
that's nothing for him.
The defendant arranged freak offs with his assistance of members and associates of the enterprise, including employees of his business, and the hotels that they were staged often sustained significant damage. One incident in 2012 inside a Manhattan hotel, he had to pay more than 46 grand to cover the damages to a penthouse following a freak off. He's accused of arson.
Arson?
Yeah.
Like probably blown up.
Yeah. Diddy Combs of arson and racketeering conspiracy charge against him, while the U.S. Attorney Damon Williams Damian Williams declined to elaborate on specifics of the alleged arson. The act may be detailed in the prosecution's request for Holmes to be held without bail. And Combs and a co-conspirator kidnapped a victim in December 22nd, 2011, from the home of someone who identifies as Individual One. Approximately 2 weeks later, the defendant's co-conspirators set fire to Individual One's vehicle by slashing open the convertible top, dropping a Molotov cocktail inside the interior. Police and fire department reports extensively document the arson and conclude the fire was intentionally set. That is crazy. And
That was 13 years ago and nothing happened?
yeah, I mean, I guess they couldn't prove that it was him. Or he's paying people off. He's a flight risk, threat to the community.
No shit.
These freak offs are at the center of this investigation. Yeah, the
It's
AR-15s
so gross.
will be safe behind bars. Prosecutors want bail denied to keep him locked up. From key to New York City to federal lockup, because he just got the key to the city like a year ago, 2 years ago. They were like, "Oh, your kid is key to the city of New York, did he?" And he's
They
like,
call
"Hell
him
yeah!"
the Great Gatsby of like hip hop or like the black community, and like
Gatsby wasn't doing that.
I know shit.
That's a whole nother book. That book should have been banned. But yeah, he's just a monster.
Probably is.
Kicked and punched people. Yeah, the acts date back to 2008. 1,000 bottles of baby oil lubricant were seized in the raid of his homes. Homes in Miami and LA in March. They came away with supplies allegedly used in the abuse. 1,000. Sized various
What the fuck is wrong with this person?
agents, quote, seized various freak-off supplies, including narcotics and more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant. And they just said that,
Like I heard somebody describe him like as a titan of industry, but like what is that, dude? It's like he's just buying in bulk. He's like, yo, like that's him. That's like him and Hezbollah. Like Hezbollah got a better deal on the pagers. He's like, yo, if I buy 1,000,
I got a guy who's got some oil, dog, baby oil.
Yeah.
I get a whole pallet.
Or they're using 1,000 bottles in the freak offs, which is so gross, and that's how you damage a penthouse, I guess.
Dude, what's fucked up too is his kids were raised around this shit.
No shit.
So that means his kids were at court. I don't think they got arrested too, but they're gonna definitely be tied to it. They're gonna offer them probably plea deals if they testify against their dad. Everybody, people are lining up.
Can you imagine though if like he never ever leaves like custody ever again? Like he goes just from here to prison, like just that it's over. Boom, your life, your billionaire life. Boom,
Yeah.
in 1 second.
The height of his power, Combs was more than just a musician. He controlled a vast business empire, including record labels, alcohol, brand clothes, and made him a billionaire. Now they are alleging that Combs' commercial enterprise was a key component of his criminal enterprise. The mogul used his business and several of his employees to carry out, facilitate, and cover up the abuse and commercial sex. Those employees, including security staff, household staff, PAs, high-ranking supervisors, and other close associates, acted as Combs' intermediaries. They're looking to seize assets. Drugs fueled day long. Dude, Freakoff is in this thing like 1,000 times. Freakoff videos them to ensure obedience. That's just fucking crazy. This is worse than R. Kelly.
Oh, I know. I was saying that.
R. Kelly is terrible. This is unfathomably terrible.
Yeah.
Watchies has an accident in jail. Oh no! Then, dude, oh my god,
I don't know. I think they only give that courtesy to white guys.
Hey, it's the American way. Man, that is a long ass article, but that breaks down. That's some of the information that's out there.
Yeah.
Because this dude is gross. What's the
Uh,
next article? No more Diddy talk. No Diddy.
no doubt. I don't know. I actually didn't read it. If you want to just go to yours.
That's fine. Mine's just wild because Laura Loomer is a psychopath, and
Who is Laura Loomer? Because you were talking about her before, but didn't.
she
I
is
didn't know.
she's
But
on
that's a title.
Rumble. She was on banned on Twitter for a while. She's like a truther, 9/11 truther. So she runs around. She's been banned. She was banned from Twitter for a while. At one point, she stood up in the middle of some sort of hearing, and the guy who's a senator is an ex-auctioneer, and he just starts being like, "Hey," and just starts talking over her. She walks around and just very confrontational. She's just a trash truth article or truth journalist, but she's full of shit. She's super racist. And the other day she tweeted out that the White House will smell like curry.
Oh my God.
So listen to this. Alt-right activist and racist conspiracy theorist Laura Loomer's interest into Donald Trump's inner fold has shaken some of his long-term allies. But the intra-MAGA fight is starting to turn seriously ugly. After Representative, our favorite Marjorie Taylor Greene, everybody's favorite Neanderthal.
Shout out, shout out.
Talk
Friend of the
about
pod,
it.
shout out.
She's the original caver because that's where she was born and
Oh
lives.
fuck yeah! And her mom was a raver when she was pregnant with her.
Senator Lindsey Graham came.
Allegedly, alleged.
Senator Lindsey Graham also got involved in this shit because she posted a string of just racist tweets where it was, oh, if Kamala Harris moves into the White House, it will smell like curry. And she's a self-described proud Islamophobe. And now she's been helping Trump with debate prep. She's been staying at Mar-a-Lago for a while now, and Melania ain't there. There's all this whole theory that they're fucking.
Not a theory, I don't think anymore. I think this is confirmed. Uh, I mean, Bill Maher had a whole thing on it because like he had a segment like a while back. He's like, "Who's Donald Trump fucking?" Because it's not Melania, and he's like, he's got to be fucking somebody. Somebody,
Loomer, dude.
And well, this is a long time ago. So then last week he brought it back, and he goes, "I think we know who he's fucking," and it was Laura Loomer. And then like there's this thing on like apparently I heard on Reddit talking about like that she gave him the best blowjob ever.
I heard that too.
Yeah,
Um,
that seems weird.
she said, Lindsey Graham has never been loyal to President Trump, she wrote on X Thursday. He got booed in his own state at a Trump rally and was booed off stage because he is disloyal to Trump and the American people. He probably shouldn't be giving out advice to Donald Trump. But break in the quote, but the attacks only got more childish from there, with Loomer overtly questioning his leadership by probing his sexuality. When is Lindsey coming out of the closet? We all know you're gay, Lindsey, and that's okay. It's okay. It's 2024. There's nothing wrong with gay people. I like men too. You and I have something in common. We can bet. We have something in common. We can bond over.
This is insanity.
Just
This is
be.
awesome.
Just be honest about it. Nobody is going to judge you for being open about who you are. That's literally
That's great. That's great.
That's wild,
That's not
bro.
wild. That's awesome. Like I mean, that's world class trolling, dude.
No, I mean,
because it's true.
the insult was in a direct response to reports Lindsey Graham called Loomer a toxic presence and had reportedly warned Trump to make sure that her appearance in his entourage during a 9/11 ceremony doesn't become a bigger story. Loomer has repeatedly claimed that 9/11 was an inside job. So she was like in his entourage.
She is a 9/11 truther. Yeah.
He was like in her entourage.
She rolled with him to the debate. Yeah, like in the limo.
Yeah, and then she's front row with her camera, and there's a video where it's like, "Hey, you did great," and he's like, "Hey," and he blows her a kiss.
Jesus, fuck me.
And then Lindsey Graham was like, Marjorie Taylor Greene, when she posted that first tweet about the curry, she was like, "This is racist. Take this down." And she's like, her response to her was like, "Oh, your staffers say your favorite word is the N word. I wonder if there's a video of that exists." Ba 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 ba.
She says that about who?
Marjorie Taylor Greene. when Marjorie Taylor Greene called her racist, her response was, "Your staffers have told me that you like to throw the N word
if there's a
around.
video of that,
Release that."
okay, but how wouldn't it not already been released? You know what I'm saying? It's like you were saying with the universe. If it was about to end in 50 years, it's basically over. It's
Oh
like a
God,
second. You know, if she said the N word on camera, that's like already released. That would have been live streamed.
that wouldn't be shocking.
Would it not be shocking? It would be
That'd be
shocking
like
if it
that.
was not if it existed and nobody's seen it
It would be as shocking as Trump paying a porn star to be quiet about him fucking while his wife was pregnant. That'd be
during
about
a presidential election, which is a massive crime.
yeah, massive crime. Which is
A crime against the Constitution.
but yeah. So this has gone full tilt, man. All these people are bitching at each other. Laura Loomer's just running her mouth, calling people out, calling Lindsey Graham gay, and that was like that tweet's hilarious because it's like it's okay.
We both like men.
We both like that.
I love it.
Just be honest about it. Period.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to judge you for being open about who you are. Period. That's it. Like it's like so nice. But yeah, I mean, he was saying get this bitch out of here, and Marjorie Taylor Greene and her are fighting. She's like, oh, you and your boyfriend, Kevin McCarthy,
and my boyfriend.
So she just talks about how like, oh, and oh no, the best was she was like, you couldn't even keep your marriage together because it was you. You want to talk about values, and you couldn't keep your legs closed when you made it to Washington and started fucking a guy from your CrossFit. She said that.
Lindsey Graham was doing CrossFit.
Marjorie Taylor Greene got a divorce because she was fucking some dude in her CrossFit.
Yeah, well, whatever.
That's her response to her calling her racist.
Out, like just like every other politician, dude.
Laura Loomer looks wild too.
Are fucking
her face like doesn't move. She's had so much plastic surgery.
I know, she is creepy.
It's creepy, dude. She looks like Jigsaw.
Who would you rather, Laura Loomer, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Bobert?
Bobes, dude.
I know, obviously.
Bobes, what is that?
Okay, get Bobert out. Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Or that Loomer. It'd have to be Loomer. Yeah, it'd have to be. It couldn't be.
Because Marjorie Taylor Greene is a troglodyte.
She'd be like, the aggression.
But I've always said this. If I do fuck her, I want like 3 to 4 loaded AR-15s in the bed.
They're like on the bed.
On the bed.
It's clacking
like,
around.
My full kink out.
Safety's off.
Safety's off. And the condoms off. Because because we're living today.
Yeah, we're living. We're going.
We're dying.
We're cavers around here.
That's right, dude.
All over the stuff.
I'm about to spelunk all up in her.
Jesus, that's disgusting. Hey, the CrossFit guy could have been big.
I bet her vagina is like going in a cave, dude. It's going in like a 300-foot cave, dude. That shit's fucking like, dude.
You drive huge. Park a cyber truck
huge
in there.
Vagina. Yeah. At least a couple.
So this is like actively happening. Laura Loomer is saying wild shit on Twitter all the time. I started to follow her just so I could see who. Oh, just so I could see who she's.
Gave her a sub.
No, I'm not paying for shit. I just want to see who she's talking, like who she's gonna talk shit about today, who she's gonna call gay, or
who she's gonna body.
Yeah, who, whatever.
Dude, how many scalps she's coming back with?
A couple, dude. She's like
she's the real bitch.
She's coming back like a Vietnam vet, just like an ear necklace.
I'm sure she's anti-Semitic, but you know, bare non-Jew.
Actually, she says she's not, and she actually calls out Marjorie Taylor Greene for being an anti-Semite.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that. Marjorie Taylor Greene's anti-Semitic. She's racist.
She brings up her fucking her CrossFit guy, her being an anti-Semite who believes that Jews control the world with space lasers. Direct quote from the tweets. Crazy. Anything that you would make fun of her for, she has said in like 3 or 4 tweets. It was like a back and forth. Marjorie Taylor Greene's like, "What are you talking about? Shut up, blah blah blah." And
She wasn't ready for that.
and she's like, "Why don't you go suck a
Because
dick behind a
Marjorie
Hardee's
Taylor
again?"
Greene is a representative who has to get elected, right? Like, and is in Washington. Laura Loomer is a professional.
She's on Rumble, just like
Yeah,
on Rumble.
she's like a professional social media troll. So like, nobody's prepared for like the hits she's coming with.
And now she's like blown
And
up.
apparently the blowjobs. Yeah, blown up. No pun intended.
She's like a racist Monica Lewinsky
No, dude.
with a platform.
Monica Lewinsky was like a accomplished like scholar, become intern at the fucking White House. Like, it's like
Laura Loomer's got a rumble. Man.
I guess Laura Loomer could get in the White House. I guess now if Trump wins,
she's there. She's at Mar-a-Lago. He'd make that the White House if he could.
Yeah, White House South.
Yeah, seriously. She's been supposedly staying there for weeks, like living on property.
Crazy.
And
Could you imagine if like Barack Obama just had some chick staying at his house that he rolled around with, and Michelle was nowhere around? Like, no. And she's just popping off tweets, like clapping back at like.
I can't wait to see what happens
at people in your own party, like Chuck Schumer, you dipshit. Like,
I can't wait to see what happens with him and Melania as this continues post-election, because she's already like out. She's like done.
Oh, for sure.
And Barron looks like fucking Damien from The Omen. He looks like the Antichrist. Like that's have you seen Rosemary's Baby? That's like later. If they kept it going, you only see the baby at the end in the crib, and you see the creepy eyes. It becomes Barron Trump.
What's crazy is he's going to NYU now, and like there's multiple professors that he has that all signed like a letter saying like Trump is like a danger to society and like should not, and like shouldn't be running for president. And now they're like his professors, so that's just like awkward.
That's poetic justice.
I mean, his other half is Melania, and she's like amazing, right? She's a Russian asset.
She's
allegedly.
Pretty cool. She's pretty cool. What else you got?
Just meditate, bitches.
Well, like, follow, subscribe, leave a comment, whatever. We appreciate y'all stopping by, like always. Wild shit. This was Puff Daddy, Loomer,
almost got
blowing up pagers. Yeah, that we could talk about that real quick.
We don't have to talk. No. Doesn't even deserve it. The guy didn't even shoot his gun.
Well, what's weird is they were saying that he was waiting out there for
12 hours.
For 12 hours, but
okay, that's not even that crazy. He got there at 2 a.m. and they found him at 2 p.m.
Well, supposedly the golf trip was last minute, unplanned.
I know. That's the weird part.
That's the weird part. And so it's like, what is he doing? I think part of
me. What is he doing?
Part of me thinks
that he's doing.
I think he's setting this shit up.
Where's the meatloaf?
Part of me thinks he's setting this shit up, trying to just like tug.
I said that too. Like, because me and our neighbor were eating at the Patrons, watching the football game when I saw the news, and like, I might have seen it earlier, but it was like on the news. And I was like, oh, dude, he was like, probably like, do you remember we got all those polls? Polls were great after I got shot in the ear. It's like, let's do that again. And then this like local drunk who's like ruining our time, because this like Patron's is like it's like this Mexican restaurant. It's like happy hour right down the street from us. And then this guy shows up. He has 5 kids. He's 32. He's got bleached hair. He's like maybe Mexican. I don't know, but he's like bodybuilder, and he's just like taking 2 shots of tequila as soon as he sat down. And I said that comment to the Iron Ape, and he's like, and he heard me. He's like, yeah, dude, if you don't think everything's all staged already, anyways, like, so you're not living, like you don't get it. And like walks through the bathroom. I'm just like, ugh. And like we were gonna hang out and watch the football game. We both just like got up and left.
We're like, no, thank you.
Yeah, we're like, yeah, we're out.
Yeah, I can't. Well, y'all like, follow, subscribe. We appreciate you. Stay good, stay safe, stay out of trouble, and as always, go fuck yourselves.
Shout out.
We're playing classical music.
No.
Recording stopped.